Mary Louise, Mama, Tina, Aunt Margaret, Nancy, Sadie, I missed a few in there. Uncle Joe, his 50th birthday. If Uncle Joe was 50, let me figure that out. Well, all this time I forgot to put the music on. So now we have a little background music. As we look at Cynthia and Chuck and Patsy and Mama. A few others there. There's Aunt Louise and her husband, Uncle Joe. There's Sadie G. Thomas eating as usual, standing in the door. Feels a little guilty, don't you? There's Uncle Andrew, her brother, eating also. And here's a free football game, 25 seconds worth. Just thought to throw this in for good measure. But here he goes. He's going to go around right in. When he does, the film will end. All right, get on around there. There you go. Hop, 1, 2. This is what I call fast photography. This is probably over in Auburn, Alabama. If it's not, it's on the way to San Antonio, Texas. But right now I'll have to get some identification and redub this. This nice shiny spot is in here for rest period. Here we are at Bill Ackles' camp. We had our younger kids out. I think this was on a Sunday. Lateef Ackle and his family comes up. Dr. Leonard Fowler was visiting at this time. I think that's William Ackle coming in on his boat. Now this was before convent time. There's Dr. Fowler. Sorry this is so dark. That's the way it is. That was Mary Ackle on the left of Dr. Fowler. Must be Doris Ann on the right. And a few others. That's William again. I believe that's Bill starting a motor out there. I'm not sure. Wave like him. Yeah, that's Bill. And there's old Booty before she ever left for San Antonio, Texas. And Our Lady of the Lake. There's Lateef and his family. Here we are now for the big shindig. There's Tina Stroud and her baby Susan Stroud. And Mama and Grandma Thomas. And there's Sadie Thomas along with her mother and her loving husband. Susan stealing the show as usual. I like that music in the background. Grandma Thomas. There's Booty and Dan. And old Michael with his black eye and Nancy Eileen. And there's Pat Stevens, Tim Thomas. And there he is, the proud papa, Gilbert Stroud, with Susan Stroud and Tina Stroud. There's Mike nagging Nancy and Nancy nagging Susan. She hadn't stopped till this day. Papa and Mama admiring. And there's future Papa and Mama, Dan and Booty. And there, yeah. And there's Susan. Getting ready to be baptized. See where the customs of the church has changed a little bit. They have on headpieces. Here we are. This is Gilbert's nieces, Laurie and Foot. Forgotten. Oh, aren't we dressed up? There's Gilbert's aunt and his mother. His mother's on the left in the orange dress. There's my ma and Gilbert's aunt. That's Sue Gale, I believe, standing back in the door. There's Nancy, Tina, Susan, and the old man Gilbert with his daughter Susan. Gilbert's aunt again. Proud parents admiring their daughter. And well, they should. Booty moves into the picture and quickly moves out. Sadie Thomas and Sadie Stroud. And Doris Ann Thomas eating. Well, I'm surprised that Doris Ann eating. There's my ma. And there's Mr. Gilbert Stroud, Gilbert's father, and his mother coming up to admire Susan. Everyone seems very happy. Is that Booty getting a sign in the background? And there's Sadie Thomas giving Susan a nice bottle of milk. I hope that's milk. And here's Tina getting ready for graduation. Of course, this is not in order. These are little films just stuck together. There's Mike showing out as usual. There's Mary, Doris, and Nancy all dressed up. And we wonder where Matthew gets his jumping around from. There it is, his Uncle Mike. Sure glad Tammy got a hold of Mike and has gotten him straightened out. There's the old homestead before we bricked it up. There's Tina's ring and Tina's class. There was Tina waving. Now we're getting ready to march over to the church to get graduated. Tina, you'll have to supply that sister's name. I can't remember. Remember, you can borrow my dubber at any time and erase or add anything to this anyone cares to. Everybody worrying about their tassels. Should they be on the right? Should they be on the left? Should I flip them over? Who knows? Now here we are in church graduating, but it's a little dark. There, she finally made it. Flipped over the old tassel. There, walking out. Hey there. Hey, Tina, what are you grinning about? And here's Nancy stealing the scene as usual. Getting ready for Tina's champagne party after the big graduation. Nancy decides to get back in it one more time. Here's, again, Tina, you're going to have to identify, I believe that's the Williams girl back over your right shoulder, but I can't name the boys. Yeah. Here we are in the living room. There's the Williams girl again. Nancy, as usual. There's Mama Thomas. There's got to be a kludgy, maybe two of them. That's a Prudhomme girl. I recognize her. Oh, here I'm getting ready to get some help. There's Booty and Nancy again. And there's brother somebody, I don't know his name. Aha, Chaplin's Lake and the Big Fisherman. We got pictures. There's Karen Carr in the red shorts. We got pictures of kids still in movies and TV. Kids from way back up till yesterday. There's old Lassie again. I don't know who that little boy is with Mike. There's Nancy casting her line. And Mike trying to catch a frog. I think the frog caught him. And here we are back indoors. There's Nancy, Eileen, Susan behind her, and of course this is years later. No, that's not Susan. Maybe it was Susan. I don't know. There's Tina and Booty with their kids. There's John. I don't know who the baby is there. I presume it's, well, that's all the kids up to that date. That's what that is in the playroom. John again, Susan. It's got to be Andrea, John, Susan, and little Gil. Booty, Chuck. So Andrew's got to be there. Darsan comes into view. Oh, Micahs. That Nancy Eileen. checking out John's boo-boo. There's Chuck checking on John. Everybody's checking on John. Here comes Susan to check on John. Susan and John posing together. The oldsters of the group. Hubba, Andrea, and Jennifer. There we are, Gilbert, Chuck, and Dan. I believe they've all put on a few pounds since this picture, and there's Lukey Boy with his newest hairdo. Doris Ann and Patsy and Mama. Chuck again, and Mrs. Sadie Thomas. Take a big bite, Doris. Oh, missed you. There's a playroom where we used a bunk bed for a couch. Same carpet, though. There's Booty, tell them how the cow ate the cabbage. There's Nancy with the usual facial expression. I presume this table has more food than the other table. And there's a Christmas tree, and old Santa Claus been around with John checking things out. I think he got a hold of something he wasn't supposed to, because there comes his mama giving him a little tap on the hand. Oh, I see he took a few icicles off his Christmas tree. Now, don't you know, John, that those icicles supposed to stay on that tree? Says Booty. Just like she didn't take them off years before.